Welcome everyone. This is the project stream. I will be starting it in just a quick minute. But first I would like to introduce newcomers to the Patreon page. It's going to be a quick review. I'm not going to spend much time on it. It's going to be much quicker than usual. There'll be days where I just spend a little bit more time on it, but you guys can always check this out. It's listed in the About section of the Twitch channel, along with other social media platforms. So take your time, read through it, see what each tier has to offer. And there's some really interesting ones out there, and I'm just going to go over it real quick. Tier 1, official patron, $2 per month, pretty affordable. It's a way for you guys to show support for the stream, to help it keep going. And you will get access to the Discord server, patron name listed in the credits that I'm going to start doing when you guys start pledging. At the end of the stream, you will see your name there as a thank you. Next, we got Tier 2, All Access Patron, $5 per month. You guys get all access to finished pages and exclusive content, things that I'm not posting to any other social media platform but Patreon, and all the previous tier benefits as well. Tier 3, Critique Submissions tier. This is the perfect chance for you guys looking to get some pointers, get some help, and improving your work, and getting a better idea of what you could do to make your drawing look even better than it is. And that's $15 per month. It's going to be held every Friday from 8 until 10. Next, we got Kickstarter Patreon. For $25 per month, I'm going to do a high-resolution digital painting of you, and you will get all the previous tier benefits as well. There's some things on here that are worth reading, so check that out as well. Next, we got Tier 4, Artist Promotion. This is mainly for intermediate or advanced artists, for you guys to get involved in the Art Lounge Alley. So if you want to promote your work, if you want to be part of the community, if you want to get some recognition, this is a perfect tier for you. We'll be promoting your social media platform on all the social medias that I post to regularly, as well as post your 5-minute video that's required for the submission, for viewers to see your work and get more familiar with it. But there is a long list here. I highly encourage you guys to read through it as well. Next, we got Tier 5, Private Tutoring. It's limited to 15 people, $65 per month, gets you 4 personal videos per month, catered just for you. So wherever you are in your drawing, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're a beginner all the way up to advanced, I'll be able to help you and guide you through it. So you get those 4 personal video lessons per month and a PSD file that I'm going to be working on to show you where you can improve on your drawing. You'll also get an exclusive Discord channel dedicated just for you. So all 15 of you guys will have a channel. It's going to be one-on-one between me and you. You could send me messages, you could leave me comments, you could send me the progress that you're currently having, and I'll write you back and talk about it more in the next video that I'll send you. So that does it pretty much, yo. And with that said, I am going to jump into where I left off last time. So this is the character concept design that I've had for a while now. And I kind of just jumped into it. I'm still fleshing it out. Still in the midst of drawing out the characters around, drawing out the background for this. And really, I'm just trying to figure out how much is going to be visible, considering that there's going to be all these other people walking around them. And I wanted to make it actually a busy street, just to add to what's going on here. You know, you got a robot here, something that is digital, technological, and the robot is playing music. You know, something that's totally outside of the digital, virtual reality. And you got all these other people, you know, the complete opposite, but they're in the digital world. They're walking around, they're plugged into all these devices that are taking them out of reality completely. So while the robot is in reality doing something that really makes reality even more fun and interesting, everybody else around is stuck in the digital world and just, having kind of lifeless expression on their face because they're just so zoned in into these devices that they have on. So it's just a cool scene that I've had in my head, and really I want to bring out the background a lot for this one. That said, I'm actually going to draw like a little rat who is sitting there kind of paying attention to the music while everybody else is just walking around like zombies. And when I say little rat, actually I'm drawing him pretty big. That's a huge rat. It's like a cat-sized rat almost. That's a fun little detail there. Whoa, too big. Talking about digital takeover, I had a interesting experience and thought today where, you know, I ordered this thing online, ended up being a disaster as far as the seller goes, and the company I ordered it from, they offered reimbursement for it in the form of like giving me a subscription to something that they offer. So while that is a good thing, that's a good thing that turned out from it, it got me thinking about this idea of how, of course, they're going to want to rope more people into their products that they're offering. And in some ways, I find that to be really dangerous when there isn't any competitor company out there. I find that the more and more people end up joining these companies, or singular company really, the more say that they're going to have in the future. Like, for instance, if they choose to have more greedy tactics, or they start selling terrible products, well, what alternative are you going to have, right? What are you going to do if that's going to be the case? And they're the only company around that does it. So you're connected to them. You're connected to their music. You're connected to their social media. You're connected to, pretty much everything that you do is going to be connected to this one company. So while I did like the offer that they made, I don't like the idea that there are no other companies out there to turn to. if, for instance, you just don't like the outcome for this. Whatever it is that you've done, whether you ordered something or whatever it is. So I think that there should always be a company very much like it, very similar. For instance, of like Apple Music and Spotify, right? If Spotify one day decides to be terrible, you could always turn to Apple Music, and they're gonna have to change their ways. They're gonna have to do something in order to keep up with how great Apple Music is. That's just an example. I'm not saying that they're great. I think both companies should absolutely pay artists more, considering that they're making, I don't know, trillions off of all of it, while artists aren't really getting paid that much. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I think if they're all these artists are providing with all that money, all that profit, and all those lavishing lifestyles, that they should see some benefit for it themselves, as opposed to getting paid 1 point, or is it 0.0013 cents per play or something? I don't know, some strange number like that. But yeah, it just got me thinking about it, and I was like, I really don't like that. I think that there should be absolutely more competitive companies that don't sell out regardless of how much money. I mean, we saw that almost happening with another social media platform not too long ago. And it's like, you don't know where the owners are going to take it. Are they going to take it to somewhere that's going to be even more corrupt? That's going to give people who are corrupt more power and more ability to influence and brainwash people and spread lies and all that other stuff. So that's what I mean when I'm saying companies that, regardless of how much money is offered, wouldn't sell for the sake of making sure that monopolies don't keep spreading. And they don't keep happening, where you end up just being completely dependent on a company. Hooked on their music, hooked on their social media, hooked on their deliveries, hooked on all sorts of stuff that they're going to offer. And then bam, one day they're just like, oh, we're going to just make everything worse for everybody pretty much, and what are you going to do about it? What platform are you going to go to? And everything that you have is pretty much on our system. So you're going to have to change your profiles, you're going to have to change your music, you're going to have to change everything to get away from our clutches. And I don't like that. I really don't think that's right. So I don't tend to, like, there was a point where I used to think like, oh, the less apps I'm signed up to, the better. It's clutter, it's all this stuff, that I don't really want to get mixed in with. But now I'm seeing that that's a danger zone. I think like 3 companies should be doing the same thing and keeping each other in check because of that sort of reality, because of that sort of possibility. It's like if the owner of a company becomes like a baby murderer, people are gonna be like, oh, well, my music is on his company, so do I really want to it becomes this really ridiculous thing where people have to consider that over who they're supporting. But all my music and my movies are on there. I mean, sure, I'm gonna be giving money to this baby murderer, but at least I won't have to move my entire profile over to somewhere else. Yeah, it becomes this weird thing like that. And I say becomes, but really, yeah. So that was an interesting little moment. And that's like the scary thing about a lot of these companies. They play on that complacency. Like, yes, come in and look at all this entertainment, become incredibly addicted to social media and what we offer. So that when we do things that are terrible, you're just gonna look past it and not say a word, because what else are you gonna do? You're really addicted to our platform, and are you gonna just stop doing it tomorrow because we did something atrocious? And most people are just gonna be like, no. Or they'll turn a blind eye and pretend like it's none of their concern and enable it, basically. So I'm still trying to like play around with this image and add more content on here. Add more content. Well, the thing is that a lot of this isn't even going to be able to be seen because right now I'm drawing it out, but this guy's head in the foreground is going to completely block that. It's almost like useless details. What can I put on here? Goal is to like flesh out as many of these characters out as possible first. Kind of looks like a sleeping mask. I'm gonna avoid this one. Maybe do something more like that. For some reason, I want to give this guy a turtleneck. This looks like a turtleneck wearer. Got an idea over here of this guy hunched over, picking a lock. And just like looking over to see if anybody's paying attention. having like this idea that it says welcome, but it's too big. I'm gonna have to write it out. Welcome. But the letters are gonna be like buzzed out. Some are not gonna be visible. I am pretty excited to see how this is gonna look the further and further I go with it, because it always starts out the same. Like, I'm like, oh man, is this gonna come out exactly as I pictured in my head? And there are like all these doubts swimming. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to that. But after just like being really determined, I nail it. So I have confidence that it's gonna get there. It's just gonna take some time. And it'll be cool to actually see if I could animate this. You know, I could turn it into a GIF where lights are kind of buzzing, or the signs are kind of like flickering rather. The only problem I see is that there's going to be like cars. Now there's going to be this car at the top right, and there's going to be cars in the background, so I'm going to have to animate those as well, just like moving around. And then I'm going to get carried away and I'm going to be like, well, if that's moving around, I should animate the people walking. And then turn it into a whole animation, which would be great. You know, I do love animations. I like working and creating animations as well. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun just to see your work, your own work, come to life. This is what's a little bit frustrating about like Instagram, for example, is that so many people are on it. So if I wanted to get off of it and go to like another social media platform, there are not going to be as many people on there that are excellent. Like, I see a lot of great animators on there. But if it has to, I would absolutely do it without a second thought. And as busy as I am, I barely even have time for it. In fact, there's points where I'm just like, man, I waste so much time on this. Like, if I just didn't sit on it, I probably would get more pages done, more drawings done. Probably could animate like 4 pages like this. But I highly advise you guys to take a look and see how much of your day, you know, I think iPhones have that like activity monitor or whatnot, where like activity report, where it shows you like how much of your time is spent on the phone. And one day I think I saw this like ridiculous number on it. This is a while ago. I saw like 6 hours in a day. Like it added up to 6 hours in a day. I was like, that's crazy. It's like a job, like a regular job. Almost. What a wasted time. To think how many books I could have completed, like reading as well, as opposed to it. But there is a interesting book that I am currently reading, which I will be revealing to you guys in the next couple of days. And as I mentioned in like the previous stream yesterday, I finally got what is this? It's not terrible, but am I still on the same track? Yes. Yeah, so I got this like a new light that you hang around your neck, and I could actually look at books now. And I'm telling you guys, it's a huge difference. It really changed my desire to actually read more books, rather. Like I have a Kindle, but there's something cool about just reading a book, like an actual physical book. I got an idea. There's going to be like a power generator here, rather than being more steel bolts. Careful not to overdraw or draw over our furry friend here in a corner. Switching out a generator.